Okay, what do I need? I definitely... Oh, you know what? I need to... There's no way I can get those horses up there. I need to make a lower stables as well. I'm gonna start starving soon. How am I getting the achievement getting wood now? I was... I built half my house out of wood. Oh, well... I'll probably use this... Ow, what the heck hit me? Oh, I'm starving. Okay. I think I'm on normal, so I won't die. And if I'm not, then, well... Doesn't really matter, because I live right over there. Oh, what else is on my mind? Really not much, actually. I was planning on... this weekend kind of didn't turn out exactly how I'd expected, honestly. I knew I was going to stream, but... Oh, man. Oh, now I remember something horrible about the stream. What happened to that apple? I saw you, apple. There you are. A lot of the games... Not a lot of the games, but the games that I started off with... Oh, man, they read so long. I mean, they were reading games, essentially. There was like 4 of the games that were text adventures, sort of. Not in traditional, it's more like reading adventure, and it's modern text adventure, where they give you links in the words to choose your adventure kind of thing. It's really interesting. If you haven't played one, there are some really good ones out there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bad ones out there as well, and that's what I got stuck with during a horror game jam. And I'll tell you, not the best written things. And the spacing, horrible. One of them was pretty good. One of them was pretty good setup-wise. Unfortunately, it was only one of them. And the rest were just horrible. And then I was supposed to be doing a D&D game today. Unfortunately, one of my players scheduled a Magic the Gathering tournament. Yeah, he signed up for a Magic the Gathering tournament because he didn't think we were having a session this week. And to be fair, that's not his fault. We have a pretty wonky schedule because one of our guys... The only time we can meet really together is on Saturdays, and that's only a maybe because one of the other guys works. Do I have... Okay, I would. One of the other guys works, and his schedule fluctuates on Saturday, so... I mean, not his fault. Not his fault at all for scheduling something else. Because we didn't find out until Friday that we could have a session. So, not his fault, but just, it didn't turn out how I was expecting. And then I went out and exercised after I spent 5 hours straight streaming. Oh man, I did not realize I spent 5 hours straight. I only got through... Oh, I never mentioned, there were 50 games in the game jam. And I promised to do them all, and I only got through half. I'm going to go stream them again, because they should still be available after the game jam's over. But my goal of trying to play them all before the voting was up, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen in the slightest. Oh, another chicken. I can kill it. What else has been happening? Nothing really much, honestly. No, I'm not gonna say that. A lot's been happening with Rocket Demon. By the time this comes out, it'll be live by now. I'm writing script and gathering news for a news group for Rocket Demon called QGN, the Quality Gaming Network, and their subsequent podcast called The Quality Show. And that's been fun, though it's been tiring as well. Those cows... Those are cows. It's been tiring as well. But I mean, I enjoy it. We're actually getting content on Rocket Demon, and that's really important to me. It feels so good to have a network expanding with me a part of the supervision and management. What else? Then... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. What else has been happening? Oh, I've been watching the TV series on Netflix. It's not from Netflix, but it's on Netflix, called MI5. And it's about the British security service, MI5, which, if you don't know, is basically their homeland security. And it is very interesting. However, it also has gotten me back in the mindset of, yeah, people really don't have control. It's really all, well, okay, let me put this into a context so it doesn't, so you don't take it out of context from me. See, the show is I need to get back up to my mountain. The show is about the operations in MI5 and protecting the British government and British government and people. And a lot of the times it shows off that what is shown on the public side is very, very deliberate and calculated, and for the MI5 and for any people trying to hurt the... Okay. Oh! Well, that was my first death. Because of a spider. Sort of. Die, spider. Do I have anything that can hit him? Shovel. Shovel won't kill him, but I need to get rid of it. Come on. Okay, anything else? Oh, this is a nice little cave here. Didn't I build a sword? There we go. How everything's really calculated. And, Endermen just having so much trouble. I need to get up to my house. How's everything so calculated on both sides of the equation? Of MI5 creating, suppressing news, and how different plots of the government are so deeply embedded, and basically it makes you feel that there really is no control. You really have no control over the things that happen in life. And, well, I mean, to a point, it's true, actually. And that's kind of what's a little unnerving. Oh, good. Do I have a pick? Not a good one, but this will do for now. It's a little unnerving, considering how much we've discovered and how much is probably true in society. I don't know where I was going with that, because I don't necessarily disapprove of that kind of a system. It's really the only system, subterfuge and the controlling without other people knowing is honestly one of the only systems that works with, great, it broke. What else? I can build more here. I need to build, that's really cool. I need to dig this back so I have some more room and I can fence it off. It's really the only way we can, with the way government is. No, the way humans are. No, that's something else. Wow, I am really going off. I must be a lot tireder than I thought. Essentially what I'm trying to say is that it's not really surprising that there are groups that just control everything It's really how society has been set up, in my opinion. And what I was kind of morphing into there is that society, the way human beings are, the way human beings are, is that the only government that could possibly work for my chicken hole. The only type of government that could possibly work for human beings, with any semblance of progress and there's a word I'm looking for that I can't pronounce. Basically, how the best way society can be run, and I've talked to this with friends before, is a dictatorship. Problem is, well, hold on. I'm gonna tell you my arguments before I tell you the problem with it. With a dictatorship, and I mean, just think about it. With a dictatorship, leadership is consistent for years, assuming that no one is assassinated. And if it's a good dictator, then things are neatly organized. You got a system going. Where are those chickens? Okay. You got a system going. A focused vision for the country for years to come. Now, the problem comes with the words, if you have a good dictator. Those are what's the problem. Because when it comes to dictating, the people who want to dictate are the ones who shouldn't, and that's who you usually get up for a dictatorship, and then if it isn't the right person, which most likely it isn't, because people are not reasonable when establishing dictatorships, it is, what is the word? And they don't get out of office. They don't just drop out of office so you can get somebody better. Nope, they stay there. So, yeah. And then there's the whole thing that not everyone thinks that even if you do get a majority consensus on a dictator, not everyone's going to have their way. Which I mean is like, hey, what if we get I guess the best way to describe it for me would be is my ideal kind of dictator to be leading. Okay, honestly, if I was to choose someone to dictate over my country, I would choose me. But that may be because I'm slightly insane and want to control the country. But if I had to choose another party who was not me, I would probably choose, well, I can't think of a specific person because I am not very fluent in politics, but I would probably choose a business-savvy pope, like Roman Catholic pope. And that's because I am a Catholic, and the pope usually embodies everything that I agree with and support, so that would be the perfect person to be dictator of, let's say, the US for me. Now, just because that a lot of people would view him as the perfect dictator of the US does not mean that everyone will. For instance, atheists will have completely different ideas on how a country should be run than the Pope would. So that would... I got a lot of dirt. So that probably wouldn't be the best person to be dictator. Well, to some parties it would be, but you get what the point I'm trying to make. So yeah, probably the dictatorship I think is probably the best form of government in the long run. Problem is getting it right the first go, because you only have one go to get it right with. What am I at with recording time?